The ceaseless tick of the clock morphs into a cruel torment as the moon holds sway, not a peaceful beacon, but a harsh spotlight on your restless night. While the world sleeps, you are once again drawn from the precious depths of slumber, embarking on that all too familiar, groggy pilgrimage to the bathroom. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a profound theft. Every single night, this relentless cycle doesn't merely interrupt your sleep. It mercilessly drains your vital energy, clouds your mental clarity, and strips away your very vitality for the day that follows. A gnawing frustration grips you, a silent scream building with each fumbling step in the dark, especially as the soft, steady breathing of your partner, blissfully unaware, only amplifies your solitary struggle. You stare into the mirror of your exhaustion and silently ask, "Why me? Is this truly my unavoidable fate? An unwelcome chapter of growing older?" A chilling whisper echoes through society, a widely held belief that this broken sleep is simply a natural part of aging, an inevitable decline. Millions worldwide silently resign themselves to a future haunted by chronic fatigue, the terrifying prospect of a fall in the dark, and the crushing conviction that the dream of sleeping through the night is forever lost. But what if I told you that this pervasive belief is a cruel deception? What if I revealed that this suffering is not only unnecessary, but entirely avoidable? There is a profound secret, a key strategy rooted in decades of medical understanding, that most people, even those who claim to be experts, are completely overlooking. This isn't just about getting more sleep, it's about reclaiming your life, your joy, your very sense of self. The true tragedy is that while countless individuals silently endure this nightly torture, the path to liberation exists, waiting to be discovered. Don't let another precious night slip away into the clutches of exhaustion. The knowledge you are about to receive isn't just important, it's transformative, offering a way out that so many desperately need but have yet to find. The silent epidemic and its hidden dangers. We refer to nocturia, the medical term for waking up at night to urinate, as a silent epidemic for a truly heartbreaking reason. It's a condition people rarely discuss openly. Instead, they suffer in quiet solitude, burdened by a potent mix of shame, embarrassment, or a weary resignation to what they mistakenly believe is their destiny. But within the confidential walls of my office, as Dr. Grace Prescott, a physician with over 2 decades dedicated to the intricate mysteries of the bladder and urinary system, I've had the immense privilege of hearing the raw, unfiltered stories. These aren't just statistics. They are vivid portraits of lives profoundly impacted. I remember Michael, a resilient 72-year-old grandfather whose cherished hobby was painstakingly crafting intricate model ships within glass bottles. He recounted, with a tremor in his voice, how he was forced to abandon this beloved pastime because his hands, once steady and precise, now shook uncontrollably from the sheer, unending lack of restful sleep. Then there's Susan, a vibrant 68-year-old retired teacher who tragically fell during one of her disorienting nighttime bathroom excursions, fracturing her hip, an accident that, in one devastating moment, irrevocably stole her cherished independence and altered the course of her golden years. These aren't isolated tales or mere anecdotes designed to tug at heartstrings. They are the harsh, undeniable realities of a problem that extends far beyond the simple inconvenience of feeling a bit tired. Let us speak plainly and without reservation about the truly insidious dangers that lurk just beneath the surface of these seemingly innocuous nighttime bathroom trips. Firstly, and perhaps most immediately, there is the undeniable risk of falls. Imagine, it's the dead of night, your home plunged into profound darkness, and you are jolted awake, half asleep, your body still clinging to the remnants of slumber. Your balance, compromised by fatigue and dim light, is treacherous. The familiar path to the bathroom, once a simple route, transforms into a perilous obstacle course where a misplaced rug, an unseen piece of furniture, or even a sudden shift in weight could spell disaster. For an older adult, a fall, especially one resulting in a hip fracture, is often far more than just a painful injury. It can tragically mark the beginning of a rapid and irreversible decline in health, mobility, and overall quality of life. The consequences can be absolutely life-altering, turning independence into reliance in an instant. Secondly, the relentless fragmentation of your sleep wreaks havoc on your cognitive health. Deep, uninterrupted sleep isn't merely a luxurious indulgence, it is an absolute biological imperative. During these critical hours of restorative sleep, your brain diligently performs its essential housekeeping duties. It works tirelessly to consolidate precious memories from the day, cementing new knowledge, and crucially, it clears away metabolic toxins and waste products that have accumulated throughout your waking hours. When your sleep is repeatedly fractured, night after agonizing night, this vital cleanup process is severely disrupted. The immediate and tangible results are often debilitating. A persistent brain fog that makes clear thought elusive, profound difficulty concentrating on even simple tasks, a noticeable decline in memory retention, and a general feeling of mental sluggishness. Furthermore, over extended periods, this chronic lack of quality sleep has been firmly linked to a significantly higher risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases. It is a critical distinction. It's not simply your age making you feel forgetful or mentally slow. It is the insidious erosion of genuinely restorative, uninterrupted sleep that is stealing your sharp mind. Thirdly, the constant disruption places an enormous and often unrecognized strain on your cardiovascular system. Every single time you are abruptly startled awake from sleep, your body initiates a primal stress response. This triggers an immediate release of potent stress hormones, causing a rapid and unhealthy spike in both your blood pressure and your heart rate. If this alarming physiological event occurs not once, but multiple times throughout the course of a single night, you are inadvertently subjecting your delicate cardiovascular system to a relentless, repetitive cycle of intense stress. The evidence is clear. Numerous scientific studies have established a compelling link between severe nocturia and a significantly elevated risk of developing chronic hypertension and other serious heart-related issues. Your heart deserves its rest just as much as your mind. And finally, but certainly not least, there is the profound and pervasive emotional toll that chronic sleep deprivation relentlessly exacts. This unending fatigue isn't just about feeling physically drained. It's a joy thief, a silent predator that gradually erodes your spirit. It manifests as heightened irritability, making you short-tempered with loved ones. It fuels anxiety, turning everyday worries into overwhelming fears, and it can tragically spiral into debilitating depression, painting your world in shades of gray. This constant exhaustion pulls you away from the activities and passions you once cherished, from the people who bring light into your life, trapping you within a suffocating cycle that feels almost impossible to escape. You begin to feel less like yourself, less vibrant, less engaged. The essence of you slowly diminishes under the weight of perpetual tiredness. So, why does this happen, particularly as we gracefully or perhaps ungracefully age? There are several interconnected physiological reasons that contribute to this frustrating phenomenon. First, as the years advance, your body's production of antidiuretic hormone, ADH, naturally begins to decline, especially during the crucial nighttime hours. ADH is your body's clever internal signal, instructing your kidneys to significantly slow down their urine production while you are deep in sleep. With less ADH circulating, that tireless urine factory in your kidneys continues to run at full speed, relentlessly churning out liquid that eventually needs to be expelled. Second, the overall capacity of your bladder may subtly yet significantly decrease over time. What once felt like a comfortably large reservoir can become a smaller container, reaching its limit much sooner and thus sending those urgent go-to-the-bathroom-now signals more frequently. And third, a crucial factor that very few people are even aware of is something called fluid redistribution. If you notice a slight swelling in your ankles or legs by the end of the day, that accumulated fluid doesn't magically vanish. When you finally lie down to rest, gravity, which once held that fluid in your lower extremities, ceases its hold. This released fluid then leisurely returns to your bloodstream, embarks on a journey through your vigilant kidneys, and ultimately ends up filling your bladder, often waking you just a few short hours later. Understanding the intricate dance of these physiological changes is the first step towards effectively counteracting them. Now that we've shed light on the true gravity of this pervasive problem and illuminated the underlying science, we are finally ready to dismantle the pervasive myths that hold so many captive and, more importantly, to construct a practical, life-changing solution. Debunking the myths, the mistakes that make things worse. Before we can truly unlock the strategy that will finally give you back your nights, we must first confront and decisively abandon the very habits and beliefs that are inadvertently making your nocturia worse. It's a cruel irony. Most individuals, driven by the best intentions and a desperate desire for relief, unwittingly fall prey to common misconceptions that actually intensify their nightly struggles. Let's thoroughly demolish the 3 most prevalent and damaging myths that stand between you and restorative sleep. Myth number 1. To avoid urinating at night, I should drink as little water as possible during the day. This is, without a doubt, the most widespread and, believe me, the most monumentally counterproductive mistake people make. It appears to be logical on the surface, doesn't it? Less liquid going in means less urine coming out. However, your incredible body is far more complex and sophisticated than a simple plumbing system. When you deliberately dehydrate yourself throughout the day, your body's protective mechanisms kick in, causing your urine to become highly concentrated. This super-concentrated urine acts like an irritant, akin to pouring potent lemon juice onto a raw wound, directly inflaming the delicate walls of your bladder. This constant irritation makes your bladder nervous and hypersensitive, sending premature, urgent, go-to-the-bathroom-now signals, even when it's nowhere near full. Adding to this paradox, when you finally succumb to the intense, built-up thirst in the late afternoon or evening, your body, having been in a state of conservation, attempts to process that sudden influx of liquid all at once in a desperate catch-up effort. This often results in a surge of urine production precisely when you least need it, during the night. The stark reality is that, paradoxically, restricting your water intake during the day often leads to more, not fewer, bathroom trips at night. You are unknowingly setting yourself up for failure. Myth number 2. The problem is, I have a small bladder. I've always been this way. While it's true that a very small percentage of individuals might indeed have a slightly smaller functional bladder capacity, in the vast, overwhelming majority of adult nocturia cases, the root issue is rarely the physical size of the tank, your bladder. Instead, the true culprit lies in the relentless pace of the factory, your kidneys, during the night. As we've already discussed, factors such as lower ADH production and the sneaky return of fluid from your legs are the genuine architects of your nightly disruptions. You could theoretically possess the largest bladder in the entire world, but if your kidneys are operating at full, unchecked production throughout the night, you will still inevitably wake up to urinate. Blaming a small bladder is more than just an inaccurate assessment. It's a self-limiting excuse that tragically prevents you from confronting and effectively addressing the real, underlying causes of the problem. And let me be absolutely crystal clear, this is emphatically not something you simply have to endure for the rest of your life. The power to change this is within your grasp. Myth number 3. A glass of wine or a beer relaxes me and helps me sleep. It can't be that bad. This particular myth is not only pervasive, but profoundly harmful, creating a vicious cycle of disrupted sleep. While it's true that alcohol might initially induce a feeling of drowsiness, making you believe it's aiding your sleep, it actually proves to be a treacherous saboteur of true rest, especially when it comes to those incessant bathroom trips. Alcohol is a potent diuretic, meaning it actively increases urine production, but its detrimental effects don't stop there. Far worse, it sharply suppresses the crucial release of that valuable antidiuretic hormone, ADH, the very hormone your body relies on to slow down urine production at night. So, when you consume alcohol, particularly in the hours leading up to bedtime, you are inadvertently creating a truly terrible combination. First, you are actively introducing more liquid into your system. Second, and critically, you are simultaneously switching off the body's natural brake that it uses to prevent excessive urine production during your sleep. It is, quite simply, the perfect, disastrous recipe for amplified nocturia. Moreover, alcohol is notorious for severely disrupting overall sleep quality, often leading to fragmented sleep and causing you to wake up prematurely in the second half of the night, precisely when your overactive bladder is also urgently signaling enough. One of the most immediate and profoundly effective changes you can implement for better sleep is to consciously avoid alcohol, especially in the vital hours leading up to your bedtime. Now that you are fully aware of what doesn't work and have effectively cleared the ground of these detrimental myths, you have taken a monumental leap forward. Are you ready for the strategic, life-changing method that actually works? The smart hydration strategy, reclaiming your nights with the ASIM method. Here we arrive at the absolute core of our discussion, the pivotal revelation that countless patients have used to dramatically transform their sleep and reclaim their nights. Forget the outdated, counterproductive advice to simply drink less. The new empowering mantra, the key to your freedom, is to drink smarter. This isn't just about limiting fluids, it's about strategically optimizing your hydration in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. The solution is encapsulated in the ASIM method. A simple yet profoundly effective 5-step strategy, incredibly easy to remember because ASIM is a clever acronym. Adjust, soften, stop, integrate, manage. Let's meticulously walk through each step, and then, as an added bonus, I will reveal 2 crucial extra keys to create a truly foolproof protocol that guarantees success. Step 1. Adjust your hydration. Drink more in the morning. The fundamental principle here is elegantly simple. Front load the vast majority of your daily liquid intake into the first half of your day. This isn't about drinking an insane amount of water, it's about intelligent timing. The golden rule, the invaluable guideline I impart to all my patients is this: conscientiously strive to consume approximately 75% of your total daily liquids before 4 p.m. How do you practically implement this? Begin your day powerfully. As soon as you wake up, kickstart your system with 1 or 2 generous glasses of water. Don't wait. Make this your very first action. Throughout your morning, keep a water bottle or glass readily accessible, taking steady, consistent sips. Resist the urge to wait until you feel thirsty. Thirst is, in fact, an indication that your body is already entering a state of mild dehydration. With your lunch, enjoy another full glass of water. By following this intentional pattern, you are providing your kidneys with the entire day, while you are active, upright, and moving, to efficiently process these liquids. You are intelligently working with your body's natural processing capabilities, not against them. By 4 p.m., you will be optimally hydrated, your cells thoroughly quenched. And now, armed with this perfect foundation, we can strategically begin preparing your body for a night of uninterrupted sleep. Step 2. Soften the transition. Land gently. From 4 p.m. onward, it's absolutely crucial that you do not abruptly cut off your water intake. Instead, we enter what I call the landing phase, a gentle, gradual tapering down. From this precise time until dinner, consciously reduce the amount of liquid you consume. If you feel a mild thirst, perhaps just half a glass of water will suffice. Dinner, however, is a particularly critical point in this strategy. Aim to eat your evening meal at least 3 hours before you intend to go to bed. And during dinner itself, exercise extreme caution with your fluid intake. Only drink just enough liquid to comfortably help you swallow your food. A few small sips are perfectly fine. A whole glass of water or worse, multiple glasses? Absolutely not. This deliberate, gradual reduction in fluids sends a clear and unambiguous signal to your body. It's time to begin slowing down its urine production in anticipation of a peaceful night's rest. You are effectively preparing your body for the quiet hours ahead. Step 3. Stop in time. The sacred zone. This step is arguably the most stringent and without question one of the most vitally important components of the entire ASIM method. You must establish and rigorously adhere to a sacred zone of 2 hours before bedtime during which you consume absolutely no liquids whatsoever. No exceptions, no excuses. If your usual bedtime is 10 hours p.m., then your very last drop of liquid for the day must be taken by 8 p.m. This inviolable 2-hour window is the essential time your kidneys desperately need to perform their final, thorough filtering of liquids and to send any remaining urine to your bladder before you even lay your head down on the pillow. If you falter and drink any liquid within this critical 2-hour time frame, it is almost a certainty that your kidneys will still be in active overdrive when you finally try to sleep, practically guaranteeing a disruptive bathroom trip at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. If you experience a genuinely dry mouth during this sacred zone, you may rinse your mouth with a tiny amount of water without swallowing, or perhaps take an almost imperceptible sip, but under no circumstances should you consume a full glass. This rule is sacred because it directly dictates the quality of your entire night's sleep. Adhere to it with unwavering discipline. That comprises the foundational core ASIM method, but to truly elevate its effectiveness and guarantee unparalleled results, we now introduce 2 additional powerful steps that will further optimize your success. Step 4. Integrate electrolytes. Improve absorption. This is a clever, yet incredibly simple trick to significantly enhance your body's ability to efficiently utilize the water you drink. True hydration isn't solely about the sheer volume of water you consume. It's crucially about getting that water effectively absorbed into your cells where it can perform its vital functions. This is precisely where electrolytes become your powerful allies. The concept is straightforward. With your very first glass of water in the morning, add a tiny pinch, literally just a pinch, of unrefined sea salt and a small splash of fresh lemon juice. The sea salt provides essential sodium, which plays a critical role in facilitating water absorption by your cells, while the lemon juice contributes valuable potassium. This simple addition can make your morning hydration exponentially more effective, not only boosting your energy, but also noticeably reducing any lingering thirst you might feel later in the afternoon, allowing you to naturally adhere to the front load principle with greater ease. Step 5. Manage your dinner. Control the saboteurs. What you choose to eat for your evening meal is just as profoundly important as what you choose to drink. For your last meal of the day, exercise conscious caution and strategically avoid certain foods that can disrupt your sleep and stimulate your bladder. Steer clear of anything excessively spicy or acidic, as these ingredients are notorious for irritating the delicate lining of the bladder. Limit foods high in sugar or simple carbohydrates, which can inadvertently increase urine production. Be mindful of high water content foods like watery soups, watermelon, or cucumbers. These are best enjoyed earlier in the day. Also, avoid chocolate and caffeine in the evening, both of which are potent bladder stimulants and can interfere with sleep. Instead, opt for a dinner that is rich in lean protein and includes well-cooked, non-acidic vegetables. This type of meal helps to maintain stable blood sugar levels throughout the night and avoids unnecessarily overloading your digestive and urinary systems right before bed. There you have it, the comprehensive, powerful ASIM method. It's not some mystical magic. It is precisely applied, evidence-based science designed to work in harmony with your body. Supporting techniques, boosting your results, and securing your sleep. If the ASIM method provides the finely tuned engine for reclaiming your sleep, then these additional techniques are the high-performance tires, the crucial upgrades that will maximize your results and ensure a smooth, uninterrupted ride through the night. These are the powerful supporting strategies that amplify the effectiveness of the core protocol. Support technique. 1. Double voiding, ensuring the tank is truly empty. Have you ever experienced that frustrating phenomenon of going to the bathroom right before bed, only to feel that nagging urge return a mere 20 minutes later? The common culprit is often an incomplete emptying of your bladder. The double voiding technique is incredibly simple, yet astonishingly powerful. Here's how to make it your nightly ritual. Just before you finally settle into bed for the night, go to the bathroom. Sit comfortably on the toilet. Yes, gentlemen, this applies to you too. Sitting helps to fully relax the pelvic floor muscles, which in turn allows for a far more complete emptying of the bladder. Once you believe you are completely done, do not get up immediately. Instead, wait patiently for approximately 30 to 60 seconds. Take this moment to relax, perhaps taking a few slow, deep breaths. Now gently lean forward slightly and try to urinate again. You will be genuinely surprised by how often a little bit more, sometimes a significant amount more, comes out. That seemingly small additional volume of urine can be the critical difference between enjoying an entire night of peaceful, uninterrupted sleep or being rudely awakened at 3:00 a.m. This simple, mindful act can profoundly alter your nightly experience. Support technique. 2. The gravity elevator. Managing your daytime fluid buildup. Remember our discussion about the fluid that sometimes accumulates in your legs during the day, stealthily returning to your bloodstream and bladder once you lie down? We can intelligently get ahead of this process, preventing it from sabotaging your sleep. The ingenious solution is what I call the gravity elevator. 1 to 2 hours before you plan to go to bed, while you are relaxing, reading a book, or watching your favorite television program, take a proactive step. Elevate your legs above the level of your heart. You can achieve this easily by propping them up on a stack of pillows on the couch, or even by placing them on a footstool or against a wall. This simple maneuver cleverly utilizes the force of gravity to your distinct advantage, encouraging that accumulated fluid to return to your general circulation before you fully lie down for the night. Your kidneys will then have the opportunity to process this fluid in the conscious, waking hours, allowing you to eliminate it with your final double voiding bathroom trip. You are, in essence, proactively milking your legs of excess fluid so that they don't unexpectedly milk it into your bladder while you are desperately trying to sleep. As an additional preventative measure, wearing compression socks or stockings during the day can also significantly help in preventing fluid from building up in your lower extremities in the first place. Support technique 3, salt shaker control, a hidden culprit. While we advocate for a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt to enhance morning hydration, allowing too much overall salt in your daily diet is an absolute disaster for anyone struggling with nocturia. When you consume an excessive amount of salt, your body's natural defense mechanism kicks in. It diligently retains water in an effort to dilute that concentrated salt. This not only makes you feel considerably thirstier, prompting you to drink even more, but it also forces your kidneys to work overtime to eliminate the excess sodium, a process that requires a significant amount of water, which inevitably turns into urine. Become a detective of your diet. Meticulously check the labels of processed foods, scrutinize deli meats, and be wary of ready-made meals, as these are often shockingly high in hidden sodium. Cooking more meals at home gives you unparalleled control over your salt intake. This mindful reduction of salt in your diet not only acts as a powerful ally for your bladder, but also confers tremendous benefits for your overall cardiovascular health and blood pressure. We have now, together, thoroughly unmasked nocturia, revealing it not as a mere annoying inconvenience, but as a genuine thief of life, energy, and joy. We have systematically debunked the persistent myths that have trapped so many in a cycle of suffering, preventing them from seeking or finding effective solutions. And most importantly, I have personally armed you with the essential keys, the powerful ACM method, and its invaluable supporting techniques to take decisive control over your nights, your sleep, and ultimately your very quality of life. I vividly recall the triumphant call from my patient Michael, the dedicated model shipbuilder. After meticulously following this protocol for just 2 weeks, his voice, once heavy with exhaustion, resonated with an unmistakable strength and renewed vitality. "Doctor," he exclaimed, "last night I slept a glorious 7 hours straight. 7. I honestly couldn't even remember what that felt like. This morning my hands weren't shaking at all. I'm back in my workshop, building again," he continued, his voice brimming with emotion. "I'm not just sleeping more, Dr. Prescott. I feel truly alive again." That profound transformation, that rediscovery of self and vitality is not just a hopeful possibility, it is absolutely within your reach, starting as soon as tonight. Reclaiming your rightful restorative sleep is not a complex mystery. It is a conscious decision. It is the decision to actively apply the powerful knowledge you have just absorbed, to take deliberate, empowering action. Your clear, actionable plan begins now. Adjust your hydration. Ensure the majority of your liquid intake is consumed before 4 p.m. Soften and stop. Gradually reduce your fluid intake in the afternoon and rigorously respect the sacred non-negotiable 2-hour zone with absolutely no liquids before bed. Support your body. Integrate the powerful techniques of double voiding, judicious leg elevation, and conscious salt control into your daily routine. You now possess the invaluable knowledge. You are equipped with the proven tools. The immense power to fundamentally transform your nights, to sleep soundly and wake refreshed, is definitively in your hands. This is not just about avoiding bathroom trips. It's about reclaiming your zest for life, your clarity of mind, and your emotional well-being. Prepare yourself, for you are about to embark on the journey to the best night's sleep you've experienced in years. You absolutely deserve it.